The story of Tamlane. Tamlane lived for 9 short years among the mortal folk before he was snatched away by the Queen of the Fairies and taken to live in fairyland. Now he lived many years among the fair folk, but it was his practice by moonlight to come back and visit the mortal world to which he had been born. Now in these days there were many places that were haunted by the fair folk, but there were none they loved so much as Carterhaugh. In fact, wise mortals cautioned their children and their fair maidens to never go to Carterhaugh for fear that they should get too close to where the fair folk were. Now I told you that the fair folk visited Carterhaugh, but in fact Tam Lin was the one who visited the most. And Tam Lin was the most feared, for it was known he had a very winsome magic that he worked upon those he encountered. As it happened, 2 miles from Carterhaugh was a castle. In this castle lived a fair maiden called Janet. Janet's father called her to him one day and told her that she could come and go as she pleased from the castle, but she was never to go to Carterhaugh for fear of Tam Lin. Janet was a wilful daughter, and though she said nothing to her father's presence, when she was out of it, she tossed her hair and laughed. And immediately that night by moonlight snuck out to Carterhaugh. When she was there, appeared beside her a man suddenly. It was Tam Lin. "Well, Janet," he said, "you come to Carterhaugh. You haven't asked my permission. Are you not afeard of me?" Janet tossed her head. "No, I'm not afeard of thee, and I'll come and go as I please. Furthermore, this moor belongs to me. My father gave it to me." Well, Tam Lin took the fair Janet's hand, and he spoke to her so soft, so sweet, and so kind, that she found she didn't want to leave his presence ever. And thus Tam Lin wove his spell on the fair Janet and claimed her for his own. Now, as daylight came, fair Janet went back to the castle, but day found her sad and wan. And immediately come moonlight, she again left the castle to meet her Tam Lin at Carterhaugh. There he was. "Tam Lin," she asked him, "were you always an elfin knight man?" "Always?" "Nay, fair Janet," he said, and he told her how he'd been snatched by the Queen of the Fairies. But further, he told her that before he had left, they had been childhood playmates and friends and loved each other dearly. "Do you not remember me, Janet?" he asked. Janet remembered, and in that moment knew that she loved him as much as ever she had. "What is fairyland like, then?" Janet asked. "Oh, it's wonderful fair," said Tam Lin. "In fact, there's no pain. There's no suffering there. I would never leave, but for that every 7 years a fiend comes and takes one of us, and I fear this year it is I. But weep not, fair Janet, for if you want your Tam Lin, then I will tell you how. On Halloween, the fairy court rides, and you must wait there for me." "But how will I know you?" asked Janet. "Do not go for the black steed, nor the brown, but the milk-white steed. I will be upon it," said Tam Lin. "You must grasp its bridle, and hold me off in your arms, and hold me fast. They will change me into many things. Into a snake they will change me, into an adder. But as you love me, Janet, fear not, and hold me fast. They'll change me into a lion, into a bear. But as I love you, Janet, fear not, hold me fast. Then they'll change me into a toad, into an eel. But do not let me squirm out, fair Janet, hold me fast. And then they will change me into a fiery brand, or into an iron bar. And Janet, then cast me from you into a well, and cover me with your green cloak. So on Halloween at midnight, Janet waited. It was dark, but her heart was full of joy. And she waited, and she saw them. The black horse is nothing to me. The brown horse, it matters not. The white horse, it came by, and Janet grasped its bridle, threw her arms about the rider, and brought him and held him fast in her strong arms. Well, into a snake he changed, into an adder Janet held fast. Into a lion, into a bear he changed, Janet held fast. Into a toad, into an eel he changed, and Janet held fast. And the fiends thought they would win the day by changing him into a firing brand. And in fact, Janet threw it from her into the well, and the fiends began to cry out with glee. But there changed Tam Lin, and Janet rushed to him in his mortal form, covered him with her cloak. And the land of Fairy had no hold on him any longer. He was her own true knight.